Good day, everyone. This is Moving Mark back out on the route again with another one of my Route 66 Spotlight videos. And I'm in a location today here in Lebanon, Missouri, which is my all-time favorite Route 66 museum. It's a beautiful facility, lots of good information, lots of amazing displays. And I'm here with the curator, and I'm going to have him introduce himself and tell us a little bit about himself and how he came to be with this Route 66 museum.
Hey, thank you. My name is Mark Spangler. I've been here at the Route 66 Museum for right at 10 years now. Our museum itself has been here for 15 years. We've celebrated our 15-year anniversary here in the library in Lebanon this year. This museum is in an old Kmart facility that came and went here in the community and sat vacant for quite some time. The library here in town needed more space, and this building was available, so the stars aligned in such a way that here we are today 15 years later. This structure is interesting in that not only did it give us a lot more space to work with, but the design of the building, the library itself, is circular in design. Which meant that the corners of the building were available space for whatever we could think of to put there. Some gentlemen in town at that time looked at this corner that we're in and thought that would be a neat place to do a Route 66 museum, and here we stand in it now. So it's changed a lot over the years. We started in a very rudimentary way. Our local Route 66 group started to assemble a collection, and as volunteers got us up and running. And then, although this has always been part of the library and actually belongs to the library, that was a good, important early beginning. We saw eventually that this had serious potential to be special for the community and for Route 66 overall. So that's when the library decided to bring in someone that was had some experience with museum work, a historian with museum training, and that's where I came in. We've tried to do a little better job of the academic side of things, getting beyond just the get your kicks angle. Try to make it a little more academic and meaningful, and really give folks some good, solid historical information about what the route entails. So I've been at this for 10 years now. Like I was telling Mark, we're only halfway done. We still have some fabulous artifacts to work in. We're a little cramped for space, but we're still bringing out things that I think will continue to be of interest to folks. So very much work in progress, and we look forward to just making it better and better in the future.
If you wanted to tie yourself to Route 66, explain what Route 66 means to you personally.
Personally, I'm from Joplin. I was born in Joplin and grew up just a couple of blocks from Route 66. I had no idea, you know, as a kid running around on my bicycle. The thing I remember about it is the sound of the highway being a couple of blocks away. And in Missouri, we'd already decommissioned it and taken the signs down. So the 66 vision of Missouri was not there. But when we went over to Galena, those signs were still up. And there it was. Route 66 was still there. So, but I can remember even though we had I-44 very much taking shape at that time, there was still a lot of truck traffic on the old original route, and I could hear that from my front yard. So that's what I vividly remember about the remnant of Route 66 in Joplin, Missouri. And I do remember all the motels on West 7th Street there. That was just a few blocks from my house. So when they still were standing, in fact, I had an aunt that worked in one of them. So those are my personal connections to it. And beyond that, just as a history buff, it's just I love all of our history up to and including Route 66.
If you had a few words to offer a new traveler who may see this video, how would you suggest they do Route 66, and what should they do as far as while they're traveling Route 66?
I like to see people do it in chunks, manageable chunks, and take your time. It's most of the travelers that do it, they only have a couple of weeks, and they try to do the whole thing in a couple of weeks. If you're from another part of the world, I guess that's a matter of necessity, but I like to see, especially this time of the year in the fall, I like to see the example that our American travelers are setting. They'll do it in chunks. They'll do it piecemeal, and almost every day we bump into people that explain which section they're seeing now. So spread this thing out over several years and keep it very manageable. And allow yourself enough time to slow down and see the sights and talk to people. Do a little research because it changes so quickly, as we all know. We're saving what we can, but we are losing plenty still to this day. So it requires a little research on the part of the traveler to know what lies ahead.
Any suggestions on what tools they might be able to use for this research?
All kinds of good books out there. The Easy Guide, of course, is the standard. It's kept up to date. A lot of the literature, as our fans know, a lot of the literature becomes outdated very quickly. So the Easy Guide is fantastic. It's kept up to date, concise enough to be very manageable, but detailed enough that you won't miss anything. So,
as far as something that is kind of a coined phrase out there, are drive-bys. Are you familiar with drive-bys?
Explain a little more.
Drive-bys, in other words, you drive up to the Jackrabbit Trading Post sign and you snap a picture and you drive on.
Yeah.
What is the key to Route 66 and getting connected with Route 66?
Know where those places are, and yes, absolutely. That's so much of it is that. Even the sites that are still very much private property, you still have the opportunity to do that. In Missouri, in this area, the road is for the most part still being used. Neighborhood traffic, some cross-country traffic. So as you're doing these drive-bys, be careful. Don't get run over. That's a real danger. With the increasing bicycle traffic on Route 66, which we encourage, by all means, be careful doing it. But do try to do those sorts of things.
What about meeting the people? Is that an important element of the Route 66 experience?
Number one, that's number one. It's a drive-by is fine, and you get a sense of the nostalgia, and you get a sense of the danger that these places are in. If all you can do is drive by and snap a shot of something that's can't be visited, that place might very well be in danger of disappearing. And the people, if you can approach a place that has a person there that cares about it, that's the best scenario. That means it has a chance of making it, and you can stop and engage, and that's what it's all about, are the people.
Well, if someone wanted to find your location, connect with your location and come by and visit, what social media links do you have? What's your address, and how's the best way to come experience the Route 66 Museum here in Lebanon?
We're at 915 South Jefferson. That is our physical address. We are part of the library, so we do have a website for the library with a drop-down link. You can take a video tour of the museum by hitting our website. And, of course, we do have a Facebook presence there, too, that will feature the museum from time to time. So,
okay. What is that website address?
Should be Lebanon-Laclede County Library, and we're the only one in existence, so that should get you to it fairly easily.
Any parting words that you'd like to give to the current travelers or the future travelers?
Appreciate everyone that comes in. Appreciate the interest. I think you'll like what you see here. We're small enough to be a quick in and out if you choose to make it that way, or you can linger as long as you like. But we're not huge. We are free of charge, and I like that now. Museums, a lot of museums are actually being approached as for-profit businesses, which means the admission fee will be hefty, and you don't have that here. It's an old-school museum. You walk in and stay as long as you want and visit if you can. So I like that part of it, and we enjoy having everyone stop in. We hope that just grows and grows over the years.
Fantastic. Well, Mark, I appreciate the opportunity to do this interview with you. And once again, this is Moving Mark recommending the Lebanon-Laclede County Route 66 Museum here in Lebanon, Missouri. And for now, this is Moving Mark signing off. Everyone have a great day. See you down the road. Bye-bye now.